Some breaking news from the Supreme Court. The justices have ruled 6-3 in favor of South Carolina's move to cut Medicaid funding to Planned Parenthood. It comes amid a wider Republican-backed push to defund the country's largest abortion provider. So let's get right to CBS News chief legal correspondent Jan Crawford. Jan, good to see you today. Can you take us through this ruling and its impact?
Sure. I mean, I think, first of all, just let's say what this case is not about. This is not a case about abortion. It's not a case about Planned Parenthood's status as an abortion provider. It's strictly whether or not Planned Parenthood and one of its clients can sue under a federal Medicaid law to enforce what they say is a right that law gives them, which is the ability for a patient to choose any willing or capable provider under the Medicaid Act. So they said that Medicaid Act meant that they should still be able to use Planned Parenthood services because that was the provider that they chose. And they used a federal civil rights law to try to get this case to go forward. And today the court rejected that, as you said, in a 6-3 effort and said that they could not sue under this provision in the Medicaid Act to try to be able to get access to these services. Now, this all started in 2018 when the governor of South Carolina said that Planned Parenthood was not a qualified provider for Medicaid because it did provide abortion services. And that's when this litigation, very complicated, circuitous litigation, began winding its way through the federal courts. The year before the governor entered that order, Planned Parenthood had gotten about $84,000 in Medicaid funding, and about 300 people were seeing it for those services. So it will have some impact, and certainly in other states will try to make this kind of move too, but this is not an abortion case by any means.
And that was going to be my next question, Jan. Does this then mean that other states are going to look at this as an example, something that they too can do, being that the Supreme Court ruled this way?
I think you'll see efforts in conservative states, and there have already been many underway, to say that if you want to have Medicaid pay for some of your health care services, then the state's going to have more leeway in deciding who's going to be a qualified provider to get where you can get those services. You're going to have to go somewhere else.
And I want to talk about this because we know the court is expected to release its ruling on President Trump's birthright citizenship order tomorrow, which really isn't about the birthright citizenship. But can you take us through what the justices are, being asked to rule on here?
You know, they always say the best for last, and man, they are doing it tomorrow because that is, of course, one of the biggest cases of the term. But then they've got several others that we know are going to come down tomorrow, including on voting rights, including on whether parents can opt out of LGBTQ books for their elementary school kids in schools. And then, of course, this massive case on nationwide injunctions. And that does, as you said, come up through Trump's efforts to redefine what birthright citizenship means, and when he said that you're only going to be a citizen of this country, if your parents are citizens, essentially, if you're here illegally, your parents here illegally, you're not necessarily going to be counted as a citizen. Your child is not. That turns our understanding of that citizenship clause on its head, and so of course we saw lower court judges across the country block that and enter what's called nationwide or universal injunctions that apply not only to the people who are filing these lawsuits, but apply to everybody across the country. And that's the issue. Can one federal judge essentially dictate a policy nationwide? And so, of course, the Trump administration is saying no, but so did the Biden administration, so did the Obama administration. Executives, presidents hate these nationwide injunctions because, like we saw in the Biden administration, conservative judges were entering them to wreak havoc with his immigration efforts, to end his student loan debt relief forgiveness program, and on and on and on. So this could potentially now finally decide the issue once and for all. I don't think it will have any practical impact on the birthright citizenship case. I think the court, even if they say no more nationwide injunctions, will find another way and signal that there's other ways to challenge that pretty easily, Mugo.
Okay, Jan Crawford, I'm sure it's going to be a busy day for you tomorrow, so thank you for your time today, and we'll likely see you once again tomorrow.